Okay, well, let's return to a little bit of Circle of the Moon. Turns out I was totally wrong last time I ended off. We are not headed for that underwater area. We're headed for the place that will allow us to go to the underwater area. So, you know, we're actually headed to the part over on the left, underground warehouse. Yeah, not really happy with that. Okay, let's go ahead and return to some Circle of the Moon. Turns out I was entirely wrong with my little prediction of where the next area would be. We are not going to the underwater area, but instead we're going to the place which will actually allow us to go to that underwater area. So we're going to the underground warehouse. And it's in the little lower left area, this spot over here. Yeah, by the way. And this area was double blocked earlier, had both the statue in the way and also the heavy ring box. I don't know why they felt the need to double block it, but it works out, I suppose. And once again, well, as always, grinding is the name of the game. Always have to grind on everything since we need all the levels. Oh, and now there are succubi in this little area here, which were not here before. So the game does change up certain areas just as you go through. Certain bosses get defeated, and certain enemies start to appear in various areas. And I believe that the succubus does have a DSS card, but it's one that we already have, so it does not honestly matter much. You can kill him or you can ignore him, as you like. I believe... yep, straight over this way. Back down to this little area where I thought I could go before. Now we actually finally have the heavy ring and can get through. New area, new music, which we will be enjoying since it is another of the classic tunes updated for the GBA. This was originally in Super Castlevania 4 in the rotating room, Stage 4-1 and 4-2. Although only Stage 4-3 rotated, so I don't know why that particular area got the name the rotating room, but who cares? Oh, they can't climb the little incline. That works out for us. We have a archdemon we need to murder repeatedly in order to get the frickin' DSS card, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, so I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay. Took a little bit less time than I expected, was not quite prepared for that. But we have our Apollo card. Pretty much we're just going to be getting one single card per video now, since each new area will only have one card in it. We have all of the, what is it, action cards now? Nope, we have all of the attribute cards that we can for now. I believe after Camilla is beaten, a boss that shows up later on, that's when two particular enemies will appear, which will drop those last two attribute cards. It's not until much, much later on, though. Well, slightly later on. I think she's the full 35 boss. Oh, hey, more King Moths. Where was that button? There it is. So we have some simple block pushing puzzles here. Nothing too complex. And I'm starting to regret saying that it was updated for the Game Boy Advance. That music definitely sounds better on the Super Nintendo than it did there. Not sure quite why I am being so persistent in breaking all the torches when there is nothing really worthwhile in them. Meant to do a slide there. Totally did not work. Should definitely kill your poltergeists before you move on. Otherwise they will be a nuisance. Same goes for thunder armors. Fortunately, right in the lower left area of this particular room, we have a save point, so we can be a little bit careless with our health. And the next one is not until near the very end of this area, so after this we do have to kind of be a little bit careful. A bit more careful than that, preferably. I'm definitely doing something wrong with the stupid slide. I think it's more that I'm like moving while, you know, holding right and down instead of just down. Alright, so since that sucked terribly, let's go ahead and save again, get our health back. Still would be nice to have a proper store that sold potions that could actually heal us, but that's a bit much to ask for in this game, apparently. And then let's just go ahead and run. That was close. Okay, that takes care of him. Interesting stuff. Get rid of that. No, that was a terrible idea. Let's not get rid of that. Now we can go ahead and do that. That. And we'll just speed along the block pushing since we don't really need to dwell on the block pushing or spend a lot of time on it. Okay, we got that up there for a shortcut back, I guess. Oh, we got the bone towers now instead of the bone heads. This is what they do. They recolor and rename in the grand tradition of the RPG. And that goes back all the way to, well, pretty much like Final Fantasy, Dragon Warrior. Don't know about stuff like Ultima or others in that area. May well have done it as well, but I did not have much experience with those particular games, so I can't say one way or the other. What is on that other side? Let's go exploring. Oh, thunder armors. Joy! These are still good for fairly quick EXP, which is what we need at the moment. Since we still have not leveled up yet, 3,000 to go. Gotta hit level 30 at least, preferably 31, before going after the boss of this current area. And, like so many before, this current area is not all that big. And that just loops around back to the beginning there. So all we got out of this was a little bit of pain, and a little bit of EXP. One more anything will do us, pretty much. Well, probably. Not really too many things in this area that don't give a lot of EXP. These, I'm guessing, probably will not do it. No, indeed not. But still, they're going to be bothersome during the block pushing, so let's get rid of them all. And then focus on a bit of block pushing. Okay. I guess that's where we came in, so... Alright, so then we just need to get to 2 blocks down. And it seems fairly simple. Let's go ahead and remove this. Put up here like that. And we'll take this one down. And that should pretty much be it. Yeah. Nothing too complex there. Ooh, new armor, the holy armor. Freaking out, man, you and your holy lasers. Even on the upswing, that's painful. Hey, there we go. So we definitely will not be using holy armors for leveling up purposes, since, you know, they deal too much damage, and they take way too many damn hits. I'm just gonna casually meander around here. I'm guessing all that will be needed for block pushing puzzles, but we'll see in just a moment. Oh joy, more holy armors. And in the upper right corner, which I just left. Okay, yes, I see how that goes. And we cannot... Well, maybe we could if I didn't jump into arrows. Do it like so. Stop with the arrow jumping into. That's not a thing I need. It's never good. Okay, this time we definitely will not be able to do that, but it's all for just an MP upgrade, so... Well... Since we've already killed basically everything, let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. Although why we need to do bottom one is now a bit beyond me. What the hell? How's that gonna help us exactly? Well, yeah. Herpty-derp. Don't push it all the way out, and then it'll be good. Good thing I did not save after that. And amazingly, that worked out. Okay, so... we'll get this secret room right up here. Then we'll deal with more holy armors. How about an imp? It's just a hard upgrade. Not at all what I need. And I'm just... Less of that, thanks. Let me just take the shortcut and only deal with one holy armor. Hopefully. Now there will be no dealing with only one. We're gonna run. Okay, so... up there is other stuff that we cannot reach yet, due to not having the super jump yet. That'll come, I think, after Camilla. I know it's the 7th of 8 of the boss upgrades. We're gonna get the 6th one at the end of this boss, which will be purifying the waters, so that they don't actually poison us. Seems to be a common thing between, you know, there's this that does that. Lama Lana has that, where you need the purifying or cleansing thing in order to actually go swimming. Oh joy! Grizzlies! Was not expecting to get a bear upgrade quite so soon. Haha! And it's just a freaking hard upgrade, man! You're just breaking your balls here. That looks like it's gonna go to a series of upgrades. So we may as well go check it out. maybe one of these upgrades will finally be a frickin' health upgrade, and I will not be in such dire straits in terms of health remaining. Okay, kill the succubus, and then we're gonna save state, and we're gonna wonder why we didn't save state in the damn first place. Let's go ahead and activate the strength upgrade. And stop getting hit by the damn grizzly. There. That wasn't so hard. We're not going to have any of that holy water shenanigans. Okay, we're just gonna see what we can accomplish by running away. See how far into this area. Well, not really far at all, but... what did this accomplish? Why did we... huh! That sure is another Heart Max upgrade. Thanks, game. Thanks ever so. You are really being a bastard. Yeah, screw that. Grinding is one thing, but taking excessive damage is another. Okay, so more block pushing puzzles. Gotta get both of these down here. Looks like step one will be getting rid of the one on top. And then getting rid of all the ones underneath, and that'll be that. So how about it, game? How about a lovely old HP upgrade at the end of this whole mess? 3 holy armors. This is the final room for this particular area. So we're gonna have to deal with holy armors on at least one of these floors. Let's go with the top one for now. And of course they all have fox hunters with them. Why wouldn't they? That was close. Hey! Look at that. Thanks, game. Finally came through. Now I can be a little bit more careless and actually stop being so damn scared of every single enemy. Case in point. Wouldn't you know it, over here is something we can't reach, but at least it's just another Heart Max upgrade, so who cares? They gave us the they gave us the HP upgrade that we so dearly needed, so it's all good. It is all good. And now we can deal with the archdemons and holy armors in this room, too. Or, not this room, but the next one. Yeah, that's something we don't need. Well, that's kind of a terrible thing when I don't get the stupid timing right time and time again, and instead just fail repeatedly. Okay, maybe with the strength booster, holy armors would be okay to go ahead and grind if I can find a nice place where there's like just one single one and not a lot of king moths and grizzlies to deal with. Still really wish I had that backdash from the other games. That would come in incredibly handy for dealing with enemies like this. Strength ring. Thank you. That's very nice of you, game. Let's go ahead and, well... I guess it's gonna go down either way. So we'll just take the one that slightly reduces defense. This'll work out better. Okay, only a few more rooms to go to the boss. And then I'll be off to Grindy Land. Oh yeah, we get more block puzzles before we get to the boss even. Also, massive slowdown out of nowhere. Don't know exactly what caused that. Yeah, that was a terrible thing to do. Okay, so that's the way back. Could have sworn I killed those things already. Now why do we even need that third block? What is the purpose of you? Oh, well that answers that. And I really do pity anyone, or not pity, but you know, feel kind of bad for anybody that doesn't have a nice speed button to take care of that kind of thing. And then that's just all shortcutty back. Don't really need to be heading back just yet. And there's a single secret room up here. Ahead and head through here first, before we start taking care of anything else. And as ever, it's not an HP upgrade. The game likes to be stingy with those. There, that took far too long. Enjoy more. Well, that's new. Forest armor. See that attack proper. So, sort of a vine whip kind of attack. Okay. That'll make us only one level away, or, well, two, really. Okay, let's do... Oh! Well then, I'll be. There's our next save room. And now we only have, like, 2 more rooms to go before we actually get to the boss. So yeah, that'll put me off to grind for 2 levels. So it's 30k. If I can just duck under that. I can! That makes this incredibly easy. And yes, it's giving me about 1100, or actually more than that. Like, you know, 13 or 1400. I did not really pay attention enough to do the proper math. Okay, yeah, 1300. Yeah, 1300 a pop with basically no chance at all of taking damage. Forest armors will be my grindy thing. And I'll just murder several hundred of these, and, you know, get back to this. Well, no, not yet. I still have a few more rooms. Shouldn't get ahead of myself. Right through here, we have dryads and golems to deal with. We can get our strength up. Oh, forgot about that bit. Okay, we have a freaking lot of dryads and golems to deal with. Ooh, and we get steel armor. Is steel armor better than gold armor? Apparently so. Nifty. And a couple that increase strength by a bit, but not at all worth that drop in defense. Okay, that should be it. Right through there is the very first area that we fell through. And somewhere in there is a little secret room that I'll have to get to once we have the super jump. Okay, don't have to go back to the save room again now that we have that. Even though I will anyways, just for the sake of saving after all that grinding is done. I'm going to ignore you fellows for now. I'll be back for you in just a little... Apparently I'll be back for you now, because here's the boss door, so yeah, it's grinded time. I'll see you folks at level 31. I went ahead and saved myself a little bit of trouble. Those forest armors were so easy to kill and gave so much good experience that I went ahead and got to level 32 instead of just level 31. And now we get the always popular death battle. It's one of them in just about every single Castlevania game, if not absolutely every one. Although I can't honestly speak for the recent Lords of Shadow series. I don't know anything about that one really. I just have no interest in something that basically retcons everything else out of existence and really plays like a God of War and Shadow of the Colossus clone. Okay, so onto Form 2 of Death. That is very much a thing here in the, oh god, I forgot how interesting this particular form was. But yes, it is very much a thing here in the, Game Boy Advance Castlevanias to have multiple death forms. Also multiple Dracula forms, but that's kind of been a thing forever. But what? Well, that doesn't seem... Okay, I guess... just sort of froze there. I did not know that was really possible on a regular Game Boy Advance, even emulated. So hopefully that will not happen again. Just sort of work to make sure it doesn't. Ah, I see. So that is a basic attack. And as per usual, it is very good to get behind him, but it's also very hard to get behind him. Also green and black. What is up with that? That is not a good sign. Yeah, that's kind of... We'll just do a nice jump cut, I guess, to not failing to fight. What the freaking hell? I don't know what's going on with this fight, folks. I have no idea if it's a bad ROM, or... I will definitely have to look into this and find out just what the hell might be going on here. And now I'm disappeared. Well, I have disappeared. Let's, yeah, wow. Let's just go ahead and start entirely over here. See if we can't just maybe end the battle before any of these glitches start to take over. So much for that, and now I've save stated into one of these glitches. Oh, hey. Well, that's entirely glitched, but so long as we can make it through to the next room, we should be okay. Alrighty then. There we go. Now we can get into those various bodies of water. Although I only know of one single body of water in the entire game, basically. And actually, yeah, screw going back. There's nothing worth going back for, like, in some other areas, you know, you would be able to use your item immediately and get to some new stuff, but not here. Here, everything we can get back to requires one of those other things, like the super jump or what have... well, no, pretty much just the super jump. So we will just travel... oh god, now we have grizzlies. Grizzlies, and I believe that's an arachne. Yep, arachne. So that would be the thing mentioned earlier about... wow, now everything is glitched. I'm gonna have to take a look into this and find out what the hell is going on with this. I don't think all those legs were going the right way, and Grizzly's not supposed to have transparent lines going through him. Okay, at least the save point worked out correctly with no graphical glitches. So I will go look into these glitches, then we will get back to the underwater area. Now we will be going into this section over here. Hopefully glitch-free.